It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Just a Bit Outside radio show live on the air. You're live with us on Facebook, on YouTube. Share the link, share the love. As always, you got Mark, you got Keisha. Keisha, how's it going?
What's up? What's going on outside? It's what is it? Wednesday.
Yep.
Wednesday night in the 410, and we're gonna keep riding the train from last week, Mark. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it hip hop. We got some guests for you guys tonight. We're gonna talk about some basketball. We're gonna talk a little football. There's a lot of things going down. But Mark, I wanted to talk. Let's talk a little bit about your weekend first.
Okay.
How was your weekend, man? Was it as eventful as mine? Let me just ask you that.
Oh no, I was like, you were like the soap operas, and I was watching you all weekend long. Good Lord.
What you get into though?
I don't even remember as fast. I don't know.
Me and you just play games.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, I was
the boy and I. We were playing games and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, we were talking a little bit offline. I did that 5K. Keisha's back at it, running races and whatnot after a 5-year hiatus. That was fantastic, man. And even more fantastic, my parents celebrated their 50th anniversary this weekend. We took a little boat cruise down at the inner harbor, had some food, did the electric slide. I had a good time, man.
It looked like a fun
time. It was
time.
real nice. Oh yeah, and it's definitely something to celebrate, right? I mean, two people that's been together for 50 years, and they're still together. They haven't killed each other. Man, you got to party. You got to do it up real big for that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 50 is amazing. It's crazy.
Gold.
And they're all. I mean, they're such good, happy people. It's like it's a fairy tale.
Yeah. They set the bar real high. I continuously to fall short of that job. But I'm going to keep reaching, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But, speaking of parties, whatnot, you guys, we got some guests on the line tonight, some guys who definitely know how to party. And they throw one of the biggest joints in the 410 right now. I'd like to welcome my man, Aaron Green, AG, and Brandon Bull. Brandon, Aaron, what's going on? Thank you so much for coming through and calling in. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. What's going on, world?
That's Aaron right there. So let's talk a little bit about you guys. Aaron, I know you fully 410, right?
Yeah. Well,
from the east side, we do this thing. Is it the east side or the west side? Come on, you gotta let us know what the best side is.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I was raised in Woodlawn, so I guess that's west and then Kim. What's interesting is as I got older and I went to high school, I started to get familiar with the northeast part of Baltimore, and actually, I would think most of my friends these days are from the northeast, Northwood, that area. Shout out to Northwood. Yeah. I was going to. I just speak about myself, but it's age before beauty. So I'm gonna let my buddy Brandon Boy introduce himself.
Yeah, definitely a northeast cat. Raised in Northwood, right around the Morgan State area. Beautiful place to live in, beautiful place to live now. But I wouldn't say no side is best because Baltimore is just too small. So it's one big circle. You know what I'm saying? It's one big circle. So I could never say east is best or west is best. I got friends from both sides of town, and most interesting people in the world are from both sides. So I keep it neutral.
All right, that's what's up.
That's a good
answer. Listen, yeah, that was a very good PC answer, Brandon.
Keep it clean and keep it correct.
Yeah, I can dig it. Hey, so listen, we know you guys like to party, so why don't you tell our outsiders what y'all got going down in Baltimore this weekend? One of the biggest parties of the summer.
Well, I just
You
want
want
to
to go
talk.
first,
I'll just take a step back and tell you a little bit about how Brandon and I both met.
Okay.
So I used to see Brandon around and so forth and so on, and always smiling and jolly. Then I had a store back in the day. I don't know if you remember that, Keisha, on Charles Street.
Yeah,
It was
I
called,
do.
it was tough. And interesting enough, Brandon had a barber shop right across the street. So clients would go over there. His clients would come over to the shop, and vice versa. And then we start talking about then we start finally running into each other. How when you like a car you like on the street, and you start to see it everywhere. And then there were these ball crawls. I'll give credit where it's due. There were these ball crawls in D.C. that we would find each other going to, and then but we would be so twisted at the end. We're like, man, I don't want to feel like driving home, and we looked, and we also thought, they could do better with certain things, and we both have a tremendous passion for hip hop. It's like those conversations, but people got to say, let me finish talking, let me speak first, let me get a little tense. So that passion, when we just said, man, why don't we just go ahead and try to do something here in Baltimore, right? And I tell you one thing, when you manifest, I learned when you manifest things, and they will come to fruition. And this is our 6-1 coming up on July the 2nd.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Brandon, why don't you tell everybody exactly what the blog call is?
Well, some people have been asking me who've never been to like any of them, and my best description of it is it's like a mobile house party. Let's say you live on a block and it's a basement party going on, and you party there for a good 2 hours, really hard. One DJ down in the basement, you just rock out. That 2 hours, everybody get out. We're going 5 doors down. There's another basement party with another dope DJ in there, and we just rock out for another 2.5 hours. Now, at this point in time, we're drinking. We're having a good time. A lot of libations going around. So then we get jacked up to go to the third house for another 2 hours with another DJ. And each house that we go to, it's getting more intense with the music, different sets, different sounds. Let's say, for example, a DJ might be spinning 80s versus 90s at the first house party. Second house party might be playing club. We get to the third house party, it might be playing trap music. And then there's the finale. There's the DJ that we bring from out of town. That's like the secret sauce or the secret weapon. And this DJ just gives us everything all wrapped up in one. And we end the night on a positive note. We get home safely. Most importantly, drunk. And most importantly, drunk. And with that energy of saying, that was one dope house-to-house party. So I'm going to say it's like a mobile house party. I call it the fever. I call it the fever because, it's like John Travolta and the dancing. A lot of people aren't dancing. A lot of people aren't dancing anymore in spots. We got people our age actually dancing and partying again. No phone.
Right.
We're partying.
Right. Not standing around anything. And this is taking a step further. Just take it first. With our love for hip hop, we take pride in kind of making the sets real specific, and then giving the DJ the opportunity to put his or her crates together and prepare a 2.5 hour set. So, like say for instance, some of my earlier sets were like a loud record set. DJ Impulse did a loud record set. We were talking about some of the most memorable sets. If you know loud records, that was like the Alcoholics, Bob D, Wu-Tang, like the Golden Era. That set was rocking. We did So excuse me. This go around we have our first set is Butters or Bling. So like Timbaland music, say for instance like Boot Camp versus Bling, like maybe Mace or Diddy. So that first Edie Navigator from Baltimore is gonna. He's excited about putting that set together. I'm kind of curious to hear what that's about. And then we got a guy named Marzo. He's gonna be doing trap music. It's called trap music Me Down or something like that. So he's a younger DJ. We're trying to tap into a younger audience, but he's
Awesome.
known in the city for doing some, trap music and so forth. And the next spot, DJ XL, who's excellent. he's gonna to be going to do an old to 88.9. I don't know if the Baltimore listeners out there, but back in the day, well, even now,
Yeah.
I mean, we all grew up with 88.9, strictly hip hop, and I was handing out a flyer the other day, and I was 88.9. I remember putting my tape in there and going to sleep, and waking up and hearing this, that, and the third. So that's what kind of give an ode to something in Baltimore. But our last spot is a young lady named Farrah Fawcett, and she's a big DJ in the DMV in the Virginia area, and she's excited to do a set called Kanye Meet the Neptunes. So it's gonna be crazy. I'm excited, actually.
So Farrah's the final stop.
She is. Yeah. She's the attraction. Like last year was crazy. We had not last year. It was probably 2 years ago because of before COVID. Okay. We had Jabo from A Tribe Called Quest come up and DJ. That was nuts. That's awesome. Nuts. And since we had our first bar crawl, we had 6 DJs and one at the finale, and they all had 30 minutes. I mean, it's wild. We try to push them. My thing is, I want people to walk in and say, oh snap, they playing this. They playing, to get excited about the music. And the next thing you know, they bodies moving, like Brandon said. That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
No, I saw what Farrah looks like, and that's a real nice way to end the bar call.
Yeah, but I saw, I had to convince Brandon, we go back and forth, and, he picked 2 Jay-Z, he picked 2, and Brandon, I said, Brandon, this is a girl named Farrah Fawcett from D.C., I heard her rock out, he's like, he's real critical, I don't know. He said, she looked good, but, I don't really know what her spinning is like, so, but he conceded, and, I think he made a good choice. Right, Keisha?
Oh, yeah. Agreed. That's Major Keisha approved right there, boy. Oh, yeah. So the bar crawl is this Saturday, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and what time does it start?
It's 3 p.m. 3 p.m. So 3 to 5 is the first set. And then it's 4:30 to 6:30 the next set, and then 7. And don't get me wrong, I got to fly around somewhere, but it's 2-hour increments each. Yeah, it's like with a 30-minute overlap.
And like you said, drinks the whole entire time, correct?
Drinks the whole time.
Talk about some championship drinking right there.
Right. So you gotta, you might want to eat first. You
definitely want to put something on your stomach. Usually we have a food truck.
Okay.
We have food trucks outside the bars, because it is, the Station North with a lot of different food spots around. But we usually have a food truck outside. If you want to step out and grab something to eat or what have you, put something on your belly.
Yeah. This go around, we have so the first spot is at the Depot from 3 to 5, and that's either navigated on the Bling and Butter. Then we go to the North Avenue Market. Have you been there before with the arcade and whatnot?
Yeah.
North and
Yep.
So that's the second spot, and that's Marzo with the Trap Me Down. But we are introducing a bar crawl burger, so we kind of throwing some food at you there. And then the next spot from 6 to 8 is at the Annex, and that's what DJ XL is doing, the old to 8.9. And then the last spot is the Garage from 7:30 to 11:30. Fair philosophy. We're doing Kanye Meet the Neptunes.
I like that too.
I'll make sure you get a VIP.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, look out for your girl. And wow. So right, so you guys put these parties together. You're like party promoters and whatnot. I gotta ask between the two of you, which one is the real legit party animal? I think I have a idea of what this answer is going to be.
Aaron is.
It depends. It depends.
He's a whole savage. He's an animal.
Nah. Depends. Well, it depends. Well, I can't recover like I used to, but in the back of the day, I'll probably say,
he's Alan. He's Alan from The Hangover.
Oh my goodness.
I don't remember.
So I guess everybody should definitely expect a good time. Because I know y'all gonna be bouncing around throughout the whole party. So definitely look forward for a good time. Dig it.
That's the thing, though. When we do the bar crawl, we really don't drink like that until like the last one. So the last event.
That's a good idea, man. Hey, that's smart. That's smart.
We've learned the hard way. Put it that way.
Yeah. Bad experiences. Really bad experiences.
Getting nervous. You get nervous, and your nerves are building up. And say, and the bar's right there, so you just like bop bop, and then But we decided to to kind of hold off and then kind of celebrate towards the end.
Yeah, I can dig it. So listen, guys.
And I keep forgetting. We keep forgetting. And one of the things that we decided to do, and we took a host to host it, like to kind of get on the mic and.
Oh yes.
Because we used to do it at the beginning, and then by us drinking and moving around, it's a lot of work.
Can we actually go down the list of hosts that we had? We've had Busy B.
Okay.
We've had Grap Lover, Pete Rock's little brother from Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Damn.
We've had Darius, the Ruckus.
Nice.
Good friend of Sean P.
Sean P. Rest in peace. Yeah, one of his brethren and one of his partners. And this year we'll have Easy Jackson.
Nice.
Okay. Yes. So it's fully 410 on Saturday.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, I love that, right? 'Cause 410 is my city, so I'm loving that. I mean, Easy Jackson, that's a nice touch. I mean, he's well known in the DMV area, man, and the brother's very talented, to say the very least. So that's a nice touch, fella.
Right? I think he's off stage after him. I didn't see it, but
Yeah.
he's doing it.
Yeah. So that's what's up.
Most importantly, we can't forget that we are being sponsored by the Soundgarden.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait a minute now. Okay, this is new. Now, tell me how did that relationship come to be?
Well, of course, sponsorship helps, and Brand is a pretty brilliant money guy. He thinks about money. Well, not a bad thing, but in terms of just making sure that our costs are covered, and I think our first sponsor was Poor Rent Shoes. Do you remember them back in the day? Well, a couple years ago, they were our last couple sponsors in different clothing companies and so locally. And Brandon was like, "We need another sponsor," and I was like, "Wait!" Then it just hit me like me and Brian, the guy that owns Soundgarden, are pretty cool. So I said, "Let me just go there and throw it at him," and he bit. So I told him the concept. I showed him the pictures. I had everything ready to go, so I wouldn't be bumping. He
actually felt like it was a no-brainer.
Right.
Sweet.
All right. So he just speaks, but he also
yeah.
found out. So if you look at our flyers and our video commercials online, we're actually filming in the Soundgarden or outside the Soundgarden.
And Brandon, for those that aren't that's listening right now, that's not from 410 DMV area, could you let everybody know exactly what Soundgarden is, or the Soundgarden?
Oh man, Soundgarden is the historical spot down in Fells Point, the cobblestone. What is it? Fleet Street, the end of Fleet Street, where you can get CD,
It's on Tame. It's on Tame.
vinyl.
Tame.
Okay, yeah,
What is it
Tame.
again?
It's on Tame.
It's on Tame.
Yes,
Tame.
yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, thanks. Sorry about that.
Tames and Bonds, right?
Man, you can get some of your most classic CDs, tapes, vinyl, incense, T-shirts, posters, freaking hats, paraphernalia. I mean, everything is at the Soundgarden. Everything.
I met my first adult girlfriend at the Soundgarden.
Oh my God, I gotta hear the story.
On some Love Jones. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, Soundgarden is a pillar in the community, man. It's good memories, and you know what? They've sustained throughout the years. I'm surprised, you know, with the people.
So wait, hold on, man. Back up. We gotta back up. I want to hear this story about how you met your first girlfriend at the Soundgarden.
You digging in the crates, huh?
This is back in the Four Season days. You know what I mean? The Charles Street Snappy Fingers poetry days. So you know, I was a little bit more bohemian then. And you know, you got Soundgarden, man. Saturday morning, there's this one female. I don't know if you know. I ain't gonna say no names, but anyway, you know, I just saw digging through the CDs, and you caught eyes. I said, you know, let's go get a bite to eat. And then that was iffy back in the day, but this is when I had hair. So if you can think back then, it was a while ago. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of good men. Let me get this
And that's what's up. And that also goes, I mean, that's like the perfect sponsor, if you ask me. I mean, the Soundgarden is well known for the buying and the selling of, you know, new, old. You know, it's kind of like the center of the kind of South Point area, for real. I mean, you know.
I've seen some concerts in there. I remember meeting Raekwon in there. Limp Bizkit at one point. I mean, shit sucks. It goes. I've seen some legit people in there.
No doubt, and a lot of people.
I mean, cut you off, but what's the dude that plays the commissioner on the wire, the dark skinned cat that be moving like a robot? You know what I'm talking about? you know what I'm talking about? From the wire, he's
commissioner.
He was in John Wick. He was like the secretary of the hotel. Dark skin bald head dude. He kind of stiff, but he had a major role. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I've seen him there several times. He used to come in there and talk about jazz all the time. You know what I'm talking about, Keisha. I'm
trying to think of.
Once you think about
that, right? I'm going to look that up offline. But yeah, I mean, it's a central location, like you said. I mean, back in the day, you're not the only one that's had, you know, great memories down there.
Okay, you know, I bet I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, you know, seeing shows, just, you know, going down there buying shit. I mean, it's been there for like ever, and like we talked a little bit offline about the golden age of hip hop, or you know, what you think the golden age of hip hop is, and like you said, you know, a lot of people used to come through there back in the day. Right. And not only just to do shows, but, you know, just to make appearances, you know, drop their little albums or whatever. And, yeah, man, y'all really brought it all together with the sponsorship.
Oh, yeah.
Dig it. Now, listen, for the people that are local in the DMV area, they listening and they're like, yo, I want to check this bar crawl out. Sounds like a lot of fun. How would they go about either getting in contact with you guys or buying tickets? You want to put that information out there for the listeners?
Well, sure. It's real simple. Go ahead, Brandon.
You can actually go on Eventbrite and just type in Baltimore Hip Hop Bar Crawl, and it'll pop up.
Okay.
That's it.
Dang,
I think tickets go off. So we had an early bird special. Then we run the tickets they were $30. Then we had right now tickets are currently $35, and then I think on Friday they're gonna go up to $40 until either midnight or something around. I gotta double check, but you can also pay in the doors as well. But we're trying to encourage folks to, you know, go online and get their tickets. And I didn't think about it, but Brandon told me the other day. He said, you know, there's a lot of prices for things in Baltimore, and I mean, there's $50 white parties and things of that nature with one DJ. Yeah. But for $40, $35, you can essentially go 4 parties. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No doubt.
Can't
No
beat
doubt.
And you're definitely not getting 4 different flavored DJs in different spots, choreographed and coordinated. When you walk in, the sets are playing. You know, it sounds easy, but it's not as easy as it sounds to kind of put this event together. And when we first started it, man, I think we was $20 a ticket. You know, we wasn't really stressing it, but you know, after a while, when you start realizing the work that's being put in, it's like, hey, at the end of the day, we got DJs to pay, we got security to pay, and you know, it kind of tallies up. So you know,
And Jeromy
kind of, yeah, Jeromy definitely wasn't cheap.
Fair Flossin ain't cheap.
Ain't cheap.
Definitely don't look it. But I like the idea of you said. I like the idea that you said it's like, you know, essentially 4 parties, you know, wrapped into one. You know, and for those who are kind of like me, who really don't like to stay in one spot for a huge amount of time. Yeah. Anybody that's like me, I like to bounce around. You know what I mean? So it definitely sounds like it's a move. It sounds like they definitely got, as far as hip hop is concerned, they got something for everybody. You know, they got, you going to party regardless. So, yeah, definitely, I will be out there. Mark.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on, man. You got to come through, Mark.
Yeah, are you coming, Mark?
Probably not. I got to do this weekend. Come on. If it was Friday, I'd be there. He's got plans.
Well, look, Major Keith will definitely be in the building. Come on out and party with me. And like I said, the fellas, Aaron, Brandon. Speaking of bouncing around and everything like that, there's been a lot. If you're a fan of basketball as well, I wanted to talk about some of the recent moves that have been going down and get your thoughts on, you know, the impact of what's going on around the league. The biggest thing, I guess the most recent thing that has gone down is, John Wall. He's leaving Houston. He's going up to the Clippers to join Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, who we all know didn't play at all last year due to injury. I mean, it sounds like Clippers got their own little big 3 brewing.
Yeah.
Is he asking
for Lou out there in LA. Now, I mean, every time there's a new big 3 that is, you know, put together, we always do the thing, okay, is this what's going to take for them to get, you know, all the way to the finals? Is this going to be it? You know, we always want to talk about the end result. Now, I'm not going to take it that far with you guys tonight, because it seems, I mean, history shows, and Mark, we talk about this shit all the time, okay? When it comes to the playoffs, the Clippers have problems. Okay, I mean, they have problems getting past like the first round as of late. You know, so what I wanted to ask you, Aaron, is John Wall, and you know, John Wall is such a question mark. I mean, we have injuries, we have age. Is John Wall the missing piece for the Clippers for them to go deep into the playoffs?
My thing is, John Wall been missing, so I don't even know. For me, is he going to play? I mean, I don't. Is he supposed to play? I mean, I don't know. Is he healthy? You know.
Yeah.
I mean, a healthy John Wall is a nasty John Wall, but I haven't seen John. How long has it been?
Like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, I was going to say it's been at least 2 seasons. Right.
He's a whole fresh player. He's a whole fresh player.
I ain't look at it like that.
Kawhi Leonard sat out a whole year. He's a whole fresh player.
Okay.
You know, you get some more young guns, and some big bodies.
Reggie, who's his name? Was it Detroit that's over there?
Reggie
Jackson.
Yeah.
He's a shooter. I mean,
he is. That he is.
Yeah.
Now, Brandon, let me ask you this.
Brandon's a basketball coach, by the way. I'm gonna let y'all know. Brandon.
Oh, yeah?
Basketball. Yes.
Yeah, coach girls.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you coach? Where do you coach the girls?
I coach high school girls at City Neighbors varsity, and coach AAU with my own. I have my own program, Lady Running Rebels.
Okay. Well, as a
Yeah.
basketball coach now I can definitely ask you this question. And we're talking about this new Big Three with LA. I mean, do you see this as a trio that will be productive and, I guess like a cohesive unit? Do you think they complement each other well?
Well, that's the big question. That's the big question. I mean, John Wall is a dog. I think what the Clippers have been missing is a dog. I'm not going to say Kawhi is not. I'm not going to say that Paul George is not. I'm just saying that he brings a whole nother element of toughness. And I think the only thing the Clippers now are missing are big bodies. They signed a big boy to some $33 million. They re-signed him. I forgot his name.
Levi?
Yes. Came from the Lakers. Yeah. I think they'll be okay, but I still think they need another scorer, because now the NBA is not about just the big three. It's about those other guys that do the intangibles out there, man. You need studs, and you need young. You need youth.
I think that is evident in this past playoff.
Yeah.
Because the young bloods, they ready to take that torch. They're ready for them to pass that torch too.
Right.
But you mentioned the Lakers. They are stuck with Russell Westbrook. They were hoping to get Kyrie. Doesn't seem like that is happening. Kyrie is staying with the Nets. Kevin Durant's future is still kind of out there, right? Aaron, do you think Kyrie staying? Does this solidify Kevin Durant staying, or you thinking, hey, I don't even know what I'm gonna get with this guy. I don't know. Everything was just so crazy. I might try to, explore other options.
I just speaking of Kyrie, when he's locked in and focused, man, I really enjoy watching him play. You know what I mean? He's had, when he was Boston, he had some issues, and then of course the whole vaccine thing and what happened last year. But when he plays, he does things that I marvel at, and for some reason, I think I was watching on ESPN that guy Minehurst, or I forgot his name. He was saying even though he signed even though he took the option, there's still a door open. I don't know all the logistics, but I hope that I would like to see a whole season of KD and Kyrie and whomever else they got, and maybe Simmons. You know what I mean? For him to redeem himself, because it'll be something else if they both leave or whatever, and then the Nets is stuck with Simmons. You know what I mean? But I think I just want to see a healthy KD and Kyrie season. So,
I think everybody does. I think everybody does, especially the Nets fans. I think it's kind of owed to everybody at this point for
right.
But
right.
The thing about it is, with Kyrie, the track record at this point, the track record is so bad. Like the doubt is larger than the belief. At this point, and I think that was kind of evident in with the lack of offers and the lack of bites for him while he was trying to do this whole opt-out thing. So I just hope. Like you said, when he's locked in, he's extremely talented. Oh my God, when he finally came back to play with the Nets, you saw glimpses of what could have been even without James Harden in the mix. But my only hope is that he just next season just wants to show up to work every day.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt. But also talking about, we were sitting up here talking about the different scenarios and how things have been working out. Things that have also been up in the air for Bradley Beal, and we have recently learned that Bradley Beal had
That's free agency.
yeah.
find that money.
Yeah. I was saying, I guess after thinking about it, he decided that he's gonna do his thing.
I honestly don't believe Bradley's situation is about money. I think Bradley wants to get knee deep in the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
I think Bradley wants to play for a team to at least compete and get knee deep into the playoffs. Me personally.
Hey, there's a lot of people out there that were fantastic, but never got that chip. And that kind of hurts once you go through a whole career of dedicating your life, to basketball, and especially being a great talent. And we all, I mean, if you're from the DMV, we know, what Bradley Beal can bring. The Wizards. It always seems like to me the Wizards are trying. They're always, piecing different things together. I mean, they recently got. We were just talking about it offline, Aaron. Will Barton.
They picked up Will Barton and Monte Morris.
But they always seem to fall short. I mean, are these new additions coupled with what I like to call a pretty decent blue collar team? I still don't think it's enough. I mean, I don't know about you. How you feel?
How about this for a scenario, guys? Bradley don't go after all that money and sign with Boston.
Where'd that come from?
I always give scenarios because now everybody's thing is we want to get to the chip. We want to get to the finals.
Right.
We want to get knee deep. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's about that trophy. If you haven't seen it, we watched Kevin Durant leave Golden State, a team that he had up 3-1 and lost to, and turn around the very next year and go and play for them. And what did he get out of it? 2 rings.
I mean, that's facts right there.
Yeah,
that's facts right there. Hey, and I think we all know that's LeBron's sole drive and motivation. I mean, everything that he's doing is trying to put himself in the position to. He's still chasing them rings, basically. So I mean, I can definitely feel that sentiment.
I mean, when people ask me who's my favorite basketball team, I'm a home team guy. So anything close to home, I mean, of course, that's my favorite teams. I mean, my teams I watch, like, but I say the Wizards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I would like for Bradley to stay, and I would like to see him play with Will Barton and Morris and the what's the dude in the middle from was in Dallas, and then
Porzingis. Yes.
The unicorn.
Yeah.
And then the young dude that was that played for Gonzaga that was out for a minute from Japan.
Oh yeah, Hashimura. Yes, Hashimura. So yes. You can tell that's my squad too, yo. I'm a homer too. So, but I just always feel like the Wizards are just always a half a step away from greatness, man. And
it's like even when they have Weber and everybody.
I'm gonna keep it funky with y'all. I love the Wizards until they traded. Listen to this squad. They got rid of Chris Webber, Juwan Howard, Rod Strickland. Should I go on? When that happened, Gugliotta, when they had these guys, I was done. I was done. And Cheney and Legler, these guys had a monster team. Every time I think about that team, I'm like, how do you get rid of Chris Webber and Juwan Howard? And I'm sorry, was it Rasheed Wallace?
Was Rasheed Wallace on that squad?
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
It was somebody else, though. I remember
it was somebody else. Was it big George Miller? No, not Mirasan. That was after. I just know that squad was like, wow. How did you guys get all those folks?
And then dismantle that.
Dismantle.
Craziness. Yeah, I mean, well, if you're a Wizards fan, you've been frustrated for quite some time now. I mean, we had a little taste of greatness because I was a huge fan of the John Wall Bradley Beal combination. I was a huge fan of that. You know, and I felt like they complemented each other so well. And that was a time where I think John Wall was playing some of his best basketball. And I don't think he's going into this type of situation with the Clippers. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, back to what you were saying, Aaron. Yeah, I would like. I'm hoping that he stays too. Like,
I mean,
you know,
I
hate that everybody be running for the championship and team hopping. That must be like old school or something, because that shit hurts my soul.
You have to understand the caliber of players right now are players from AAU. In AAU right now, guys leave teams in a drop of a dime to go play with best friends. They go and play with guys that they played with in their youth, or and the NBA has turned into the AAU circuit. If you know about it, you watching it and you say, wow, is it team hopping? Or is it that players now have the control to do what they want? Or is it like, versus players not being loyal because the league is not loyal to you?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I do say that too. It's catch 22 with that.
I would like to see Bradley get further in the playoffs to Brandon's point, but I just pulled up the 97-98 team. It was Chris Webber, Simone Howard, Ross Strickland, Tracy Murray, Calbert Cheney, Eccles, Chris Whitney, Jimmy Oliver, Terry Davis, Ben Wallace. That's what he was.
Oh, Ben Wallace. That's who it was.
God Sam.
Yeah.
Darvin Ham, Harvey Grant. I mean, God, Lawrence Moulton. That's the name.
Lawrence Moulton, my guy. I'm a Syracuse guy.
Then Ben Wallace and Harvey Grant and Darvin Ham. Whew.
Yeah, that's a pretty good lineup right there.
Darvin Ham was a nasty dude. Congratulations to him. Jeez.
Anyway. We're talking about greats and everything like that. Like I explained to you guys offline, we do this thing to round off our interviews called the Just a Bit Outside, our Phase 5. And we give you guys a topic, and you give us your favorite 5 on the topic. And since we're continuing to keep it hip-hop this week, y'all doing the hip-hop bar crawl. Brandon, I'm going to start with you. Give me your favorite 5 favorite hip-hop albums.
It's easy, but it's hard. I'm gonna start with Illmatic.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with Illmatic. I'm gonna go with Midnight Marauders. Tribe Called Quest.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Blunt Stunts and Hip Hop, Diamond D and the Psychotic Neurotics.
Okay.
Main Source, Breaking Adam.
Okay.
And
that's a new one.
And Brand Nubians, All for One.
Oh, wow.
Wow. I'm sensing a theme with these selections, Mark. That quote unquote golden age of hip hop.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Where it started, where it ends.
Yeah, man. That's a solid Phase 5. Aaron, why don't you give us your 5, man?
Oh Lord. So I'm gonna leave out certain albums that probably like albums that everybody can name, and kind of go to ones that's dear to me.
Yeah.
That I know all the words from, but I'm gonna go with Gangstar Daily Operation.
Okay, that's a good one. That's legit.
Literally clear chaos. Anyway, the Purple Tape for sure.
Oh, speaking of the Purple Tape, that's the only built for Cuban links, right?
That is the Purple.
Yeah, and that's y'all flyer. It was like a play on that, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's a flyer.
Hey, Mark, did you put that image up? Did you put the image up during the show?
Yeah, it's been.
Oh man.
All right, there you go. Okay.
We only go for ball crawls. How you think?
ahead. So, the purple tape.
I guess you would be Raekwon. I was Ghostface on that, huh? Cover from.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
The purple tape. When 88.9. When I pushed record, I woke up the next, it was like 93 when I heard that single "Glaze the Ice." I was like, "What the hell?"
Oh my God!
Anyway, so what I said, a day operation, purple tape. I'm gonna go with Boot Camp Click to Shine. I mean, Smith and Wesson to Shine.
Okay, Smith and Wesson. I'm feeling the vibe. Okay, you got two more.
That Tip Them Butters era. The Sun Rises in the East, THRU. The Damages.
Okay.
Hot one.
Premier did it. It was the perfect combination between the MC and the producer. THRU went crazy, and Premier was like, them beats was nasty. And this is one out of left field, but an album that every time I listen to it, I hear something different that I love was Leaders of the New School's second album, Time.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, now that is definitely a first.
If you go back and listen to that album, them cats went off. The beats was nasty. I think it was Busta Rhymes' greatest work of lyrics. He went his flow and lyrics and tenacity. I mean, Think O.D., Milo in the Dance. It was Time is an album that it takes me back. So I'm gonna go with those five.
All right, man, that's nice.
We hip hop heads over here, baby. We hip hop heads over here.
Hey, Mark, how you like that Phase 5, man? That shit was pretty solid.
Oh, I'm digging it. And it's interesting because on the drive over here, I picked up my son, and he was really excited to hook up his phone to my car and play some music for me. And he's kind of like gotten into hip hop lately in the last year or so. So I'm hoping that he was paying attention and maybe writing down the names of these albums so he could really get a good feel for beyond the stuff that's going on now. He loves Tyler, the Creator. Tyler's awesome, but gives him a.
Oh, I love Tyler, the Creator. He's got good. That's good taste. I like this stuff.
Hell yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff that's coming out. I think I'm speaking for Brandon, but Brandon's top number 6 album will probably be Stove Cook's God whenever comes out. He's in the top 5. That's part of Griselda, but that's another whole situation anyway. I'm trying to start something.
I was about to say, man, it looked like that's a little backstory to that one. So,
Brandon.
Hey, did we lose Brandon?
May have, but
man.
I'll make sure that
Yeah, I'm gonna say you got to tell him about that when you catch up with him. But look, Aaron, and that's just all the time that we have for tonight, man. I want to thank you so much for calling in and talking hip hop and letting everybody know what's popping this weekend in the 410. I mean, it's clearly one of the biggest events of the summer. So we really appreciate you doing that, man.
And go to Eventbrite, Baltimore Hip Hop Ball Crawl, and hopefully you'll see you there. You don't want to miss it. It's a good time.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. All right, you guys, we're going to end this show. You know how we do it. Baltimore spread love, yo. We're still in the pandemic, man. Wash your hands, wash your ass. This is Keisha on the other end of the line. That's Mark, and it's just a bit outside. Peace.